to manage the scaling rules and also aka actions. So you can use management console to create a new action, a new scaling rule, or modify query or delete a scaling rule. Let me explain some point about scaling rule. A scaling rule defines specific scaling actions. For example, adding or removing ECS instances. If, as a result of executing a scaling rule, the number of ECS instances in a scaling group is less than the min size value or greater than the max size value, autoscaling will automatically adjust the number of ECS instances to be added or removed according to the min size or max size rules. Okay? For example, a scaling group is created with max size 3. Total capacity is 2, means that the current available ECS instance is 2. And the scaling rule is add 3 ECS instances. In this case, autoscaling only adds 1 ECS instance. Okay, so let's imagine a second scaling group in which min size is 2. Total capacity is 3, and the scaling rule is remove 5 ECS instances. Here, autoscaling only removes 1 ECS instance. Okay, so about modify, query, and delete a scaling rule, you can simply use the console to do this kind of operations. Okay, let's back to the management console. Okay, so click the scaling group, and from the left side panel there is a actions tab. This means the scaling rules. Click actions. Here you will see that there are already have 2 actions scaling rules created before, and let's see what happened if we create a new action. Click create action button, specify the action name. Here we will use add 3 ECS instance. So, and action type you can select from change to, or increase by, or decrease by. Means that if you select change to, means that by executing this action, you want to adjust the total instance, the number of total instances in the scaling group. Okay, and here we want to use this action to add 3 new ECS instances. So the action type here we will choose increase by and 3 instances. Okay, here you can also specify the cooldown time, and you can specify different cooldown time for different actions. Of course, you can leave this as black, and it will use the default cooldown time of the scaling group. Okay, here let's specify to 200. Click create action. So you can see a new action has been created. You can use view details button to check the details, and click execute button to execute this action immediately. Okay, you can click modify button to modify the configuration of the actions. Okay, here I modify to 300. Click modify action. So you can see the cooldown time has changed. You can also click delete button to delete the action. Okay, let's delete this action. Click confirm. Okay, very quick. So you can see this action has been deleted. Okay. Okay, that's all for the operations of scaling rules. And thank you very much for watching. See you in next chapter. Hello everyone, welcome back to AlibabaCloud Autoscaling Training Chapter 6. So in this chapter, we will introduce how to manually execute a scaling rule on the manual console. Okay. So you can execute a scaling rule for a scaling group given the following conditions. If scaling group is active and no scaling activities being executed for the scaling group, the scaling rule is executed directly without waiting for the cooldown time. So you can see that if you execute a scaling rule manually, no need to wait for the cooldown time. Okay, so if the number of ECS instances to be added by the scaling rule plus the number of existing ECS instances in the group exceed the max size value, the total capacity is adjusted to the max size value. Okay. So if the number of existing ECS instances in the scaling group minus the number of ECS instances to be removed by the scaling rule is less than the mean size value, the total capacity is adjusted to the mean size value. Up to 100 ECS instances are supported for auto-scaling for all scaling groups in all regions. Okay, so here you need to pay attention for that. So this limitation is applied to all scaling group in all regions. Okay. Okay. This restriction applies only to ECS instances that were automatically created, not those manually added. Okay. There are two operations you can do by execute a scaling rule. First, add an ECS instance. Okay. So if scaling group is active and no scaling activity is being executed for the scaling group, adding an ECS instance is executed directly without waiting for the cooldown time. If the number of ECS instances to be added by the scaling rule plus the number of existing ECS instances in the scaling group exceed the max size value, so the operation fails. Okay. Manually added ECS instances are not associated with the active scaling configuration in the scaling group. Okay. Next, let's talk about remove an ECS instance. When an automatically created ECS instance is removed from a scaling group, the instance is stopped and released. When a manually added ECS instance is removed from a scaling group, the instance is not stopped or released. Okay, this is different. If scaling group is active and no scaling activity is being executed for the scaling group, removing an ECS instance is executed directly without waiting for the cooldown time. If the number of existing ECS instances in the scaling group minus the number of ECS instances to be removed is less than the mean size value, the operation fails. Okay, so let's back to our console and to demonstrate these three operations. Okay. Okay, first let's check the current status of the scaling group. You can see that the current mean size of the scaling group is 1, the max number of instances is 3, and the current total number of instances is 2. Okay, means 2 instances is added in the scaling group. Okay, so click the auto scaling group to enter the detail page and click actions, means scaling rule. Okay, so as you already said this before in our last chapter, the first action is remove one ECS instance. The second action is add a new ECS instance. Okay, here let's execute the first action, the first scaling rule, and to remove one ECS instance from the scaling group. Okay, so click execute button. Okay, and click confirm. So you can see action executed successfully. Let's back to the ECS instance page. Okay, and refresh. So you can see the removed instance here shows that one instance has been removed. Okay, and yeah, so you can see the number of active instances changed to 1. Okay. Let's go back to the action page and let's see what happened if we remove one ECS instance again. Let's try to execute the remove one ECS action again and to see what happened. Okay, click execute and click confirm. So you can see that it will give you an error and say that the action has not changed the quantity of scaling group instance because currently there is only one active instance and the minimum size of the instance, the minimum number of instances is 1. So you cannot remove this instance, okay? Okay, so next let's show how to manually add and remove ECS instances. Click ECS instance tab here, okay, and there is a manually add tab here. Click this and you can add existing instance here to this scaling group. Okay, let's click add existing instance and choose one instance. Okay, let's check this. Okay, only one. Click and click OK. And let's refresh. Okay. So you can see the manually add instance status changed to adding. Okay. And okay, click refresh. You can see the active instance has changed to 2. Okay. And there are currently 2 instances in the autoscaling group. One is automatically created by autoscaling group, and the other one is manually added. Okay, manually added by ourselves. Okay. You can also remove this ECS instance by clicking remove from scaling group. Click here and click confirm. Okay, very fast. Okay, in this chapter we explain the operations about how to manually execute the scaling rule and